guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha, also known as Healing Honey if you're new here. So today let's talk about sex. I feel like this is an important topic. Women and men, our relationships right now are really broken. People are really hurting out here and they're too scared to talk about it. Sex is one of those topics that is very taboo. So many of us are conditioned socially to not talk about it, be scared to talk about it. And so today, let's just shed some light. I want to share things I've learned on my spiritual journey. I'm almost at 2 years celibate, and I have gone through things in my life that I'm willing to share with you guys because I feel like it can help us, and there's nothing to be afraid of. We are all just gaining lessons and experiences while we're here on earth. So there's no shame tied to it, and that's really what I want to speak about the most, okay, is the shame that has been associated with sex, especially for women, okay? And there's nothing to be shameful about. It's just about understanding and spiritual growth and self-love and self-worth at the end of the day, so that we can really get our needs met and really feel good about ourselves. So let's get into it. Sex is not a joke, okay? And sex is not going to get you loved. Sex is not going to make anybody stay with you. You know, I feel like so many of us have used sex as a distraction from our pain, to mask our pain, that temporary pleasure, to feel good, but it's really not fulfilling at the end of the day if it's not with somebody that truly loves you and that you truly love. And so we've been conditioned that sex is dirty. People think that sex is dirty, but sex is not dirty. Sex is sacred. And we have forgotten this because of the world that we're living in. It's everywhere in our face. It's everywhere in the music. You know, it's on billboards. It's everywhere. And especially to my ladies, you know, we're taught that our value is in our body, and it's just not true. There's so much more to you than your body. We're not our bodies. We're the soul inside of our body. And so the reason that people think sex is unclean is because of religious indoctrination. How can sex be bad when sex is how you got here? God is who created sex, and sex is a spiritual act. So when you use sex in the wrong ways, that's when it can become harmful. That's when it can hurt you, and it has a ripple effect that can create so many problems for you. And I used to be one of those people that saw sex as such a casual thing. Like, okay, well, I'm just having fun. Well, it's no big deal. Well, everyone's doing it. Well, you know, it's my body, so whatever. But the reason that there's so much pain and hurt in relationships and with people right now is because we're not getting down to the root causes of our behavior. You know, like I grew up religious, and to this day, I still hear so many people talking about just the behavior and coming down on women because they're sexually promiscuous or even sexually active. So it's not about the behavior. When we really want to if you look at this deeper, it's about where this is stemming from, okay? The root cause. That's how you really solve a problem, is like getting to the root cause of things. And so when I've been in this reflective mode for these last 2 years and getting closer to God, knowing who I am and working on my self-worth and my self-love, I've just learned, like, okay, let me look at why I was behaving the way I was. And that's really what's going to bring some resolve and bring some healing and some love into your life. Like, okay, that's why I was behaving like this. Sex is really demonized, especially for women. Women are expected to be virgins, not think about sex, not engage in sex when it's a natural desire. And men, on the other hand, are praised for sleeping around. You're seen as the man. It's cool to be with a lot of women. You know, so it's a huge double standard in our society. We're all humans with natural desires. And so it's really sad that women, if they have sex, they're considered dirty. But if men have sex, they're considered cool. It's ridiculous. And men are wanting some type of virgin when, are you a virgin? Are you holding yourself to those same standards and values? And so, once again, sex is not dirty and sex is not the problem. It's just that sex is sacred for both men and women. And so, when we remember this, we can be conscious of why we're engaging with sex. It's like the intention behind it. Like back in the day, like I said, like I was just in my party mode, so I didn't really take it too seriously. And I didn't have so many partners. So I figured, well, what's the harm? But I ended up having a baby with someone I did not know very well. And it caused like so many problems. And so that's why I want to share this with you guys. It's like women, it's silently taught to us to use our body to try to attract a man, feel like sex will keep him or he'll fall in love with us through sex. And it's just not true. It's like a huge lie. And it has men out here not wanting to commit, not wanting to take women seriously because we're giving it up so easily. It's just there on a platter. People are watching porn, they're like seeing the TV, these people just exposing themselves, and just on social media, girls showing their butt. Their whole profile is their butt, or they're twerking or whatever. And so since it's so accessible to men, they're no longer valuing it. But women, we really have so much power in this situation to turn this around. Like, we can't get mad at the men for the behavior when we're the ones behaving this way. And that used to be me, and just feeling like, well, that's just the way the world is. No, we are creating the world. And so you have to separate yourself from the world. You have to gain a relationship with just yourself, like away from the people you grew up with, away from, just away, like alone time. It's so important. And like a solo journey, like that's the way, when you separate from the world, that you're gonna really know who you are and tap in with yourself and see, okay, recognize your own value. God is gonna speak to you. You can speak to God, and you're gonna like grow. You're going to, like these days, when I look back at my past behavior, I get so frustrated with myself of why I was allowing certain things. But once again, everything is a lesson. It had a purpose, and it was to teach me. And I want to teach you guys like what I've learned, because it's so sad, especially for my young ladies out here, who are getting their hearts broken, who are just moving from wanting love. But sex is not the way to get love. Sex is not going to get you love. Sex is what you do when you are already in love. Real love, which takes time. If he doesn't want to be with you without the sex, then he doesn't really value you. If he doesn't want to be with the real you without any sex, then he doesn't really love you. And why should we share our beautiful bodies, energy, soul with someone who doesn't really love us? The only way we would do that is if we don't love ourselves, if we don't have enough self-respect, self-worth to say, no, I'm not for everybody. I'm not for somebody who doesn't really love me. And it's very different from what the world is out here doing. But we're in the midst of spiritual warfare. So just know that you are being targeted, tested. And if you don't have the spiritual tools, like, you're gonna fall victim to a harsh world. Part of just spiritual growth and consciousness is recognizing your needs. Okay, it's very important to see, what is it that I really want right now? Is it to sleep with somebody that I barely know? Is that actually what's gonna make me feel good? It might temporarily, but that's not your true need. Like, is your true need to have a one-night stand get drunk and just forget what you did. Like, what are you truly seeking? What are your needs? Having needs makes you in tune with your feminine energy. Having needs makes you emotionally intelligent. Recognizing that we have needs, it's natural. It doesn't make you needy. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong. It makes you intelligent. Recognizing what our real needs are, which are like connection, real love, long-term satisfaction, not like a quick, cheap thrill. You know, and I feel like that's why we're hurting. We don't know these things. We're trying to get the answers in the wrong way. So it's not about shame, you know, and shame is so prevalent in religion. We're shamed into doing the right thing, but you don't need to feel shame. You need to feel love and compassion for yourself and look at what is it that you really need to feel good. It's love, and real love takes time. It's like one of my biggest, most beautiful lessons that I've had within the last few years. It's like real love takes time. You want to see someone at their best and their worst. How are they when they're angry? How are they when they're happy? Like, what's their love language? How do they communicate? What have they gone through? Are they working through their traumas? Because we all have traumas from growing up in such a harsh, crazy world, you know, to grow. Are they spiritually working on themselves? Do they have a connection with God? Like, who are they? What makes them happy? What makes them laugh? Like, patience, gentleness, these things that we should be embodying, but it goes against what the world says for a reason, because we're in the midst of spiritual warfare. So we should be having patience with people, patience to get to know them, patience with ourselves, but instead we want quick, fast. That's how the world will teach you. But no, like, do the opposite of what the world does, honestly, to grow spiritually and just to feel good. And you will feel so much better, so at peace. Like, I haven't really missed sex, like, with someone, because my spirit just craves real nourishment now, real love now. So it's not about like a quick, fast, and it's not about sex being dirty. Once again, sex is not dirty. Sex is beautiful. Sex is life. Sex is natural. Sex is an expression of love, but when it's used in the wrong way, like, that's when it can really hurt us. And ladies, that's how you know you're tapped into your feminine energy. When you are sensitive enough to recognize your needs within you. You're conscious of them. You're aware of them. You're honoring them. Your natural desires, which are companionship, love, connection, wanting to nurture. As women, when we're tapped into our truest essence, it's natural. We're the mothers, you know, we want to nourish and nurture. That's why if you have like a one-night stand with somebody, or you're with someone who it's just about sex, like, women can get so offended when the next morning the man is like kicking them out of their house, right? I've seen it on a movie recently and whatever, but women can be like, dang, like, I can't even cook you breakfast, because it's our natural desire to want to love and take care of our partner. But are you in love? Is it a real relationship? And I'm just speaking on things that people don't want to talk about. Like, this is real life. Like, people are out here engaging in, I guess you can call it being promiscuous, but once again, women are like seen as promiscuous, but guys are seen as the man. Like, it's really time to bring back conscious relationships, you know, and this is going to bring so much healing to the collective, so much healing between men and women, when we can just do things the right way, be patient with one another, really learn one another, love one another. But you are going to have to go within and detach from the world views, from the crazy music, from what other people are doing. Like, if you want a real connection, a healthy relationship, we each have different roles to play. And so, ladies, we want a man to lead us and to love us and to be faithful and all these things. Men want women who are in their feminine energy, who will nourish and take care of them, and also loyalty, like all these beautiful attributes. It's possible, but I feel like we have to work on ourselves individually first. That's what I've been doing. You know, that's what I've been doing, and it's been beautiful to see the growth. And you also can get to a point where you're not seeing, like, you're not using sex to numb yourself as a numbing agent. Like, you're not just doing it unconsciously and just dealing with the consequences, because there are very real consequences emotionally, mentally, physically. Women, we have so much power to shift this world for the better, like shift the energy. Because if we're out here in topless bars, doing porn, like cheapening ourselves, twerking online, showing everything, like, then we expect men to respect us? We have to first respect ourselves. And so you have to detach from the world if you're going to be able to do that, to be strong enough to know who you are and value yourself. Gain self-worth, self-respect. You're going to feel so good. It's the process I've been undergoing, and people may call you weird or be like, oh, you think you're so holy? What are you, the Virgin Mary? Who cares what people say? You know, you are a daughter of the Most High, you know, you're a royal, you are magnificent. And so you have to carry yourself as such, you know, and our value is not determined by what some other people think of us, man or women. Your value is internal. Okay, God lives within you. We have to remember this, you know, treat ourselves as goddesses and gods, because God is inside. It's not on a throne out there. He's literally, he, she, source, spirit is within. And so how do you treat yourself? Like, if God is literally in you, how should you be treating yourself? And there will be an appropriate time for the sex and the pleasure and the love and the tenderness, the sensuality, the passion. There's a time and place, you know? So you want real commitment, real love, real connection, real partnership. Make sure it's divine, sacred. Sex is not dirty, it's sacred. That's it for me today, you guys. I love you so much. I'm sending you love and power and healing into your life. Ladies, if you're experiencing some type of heartbreak in your life, from your childhood, from your past, from the world, whatever the case is, please take the time to heal before jumping into the next situation. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to the other person. You know, just take some time and be gentle with yourself and have patience. And it's gonna turn out so beautiful for you, I promise you. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Leave me a like if you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Take care of yourself. Bye.